Right, hello elementary violins. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite fiddle tunes that I always think about around St. Patrick's Day time because it's called Boil 'em Cabbage Down. And the music for this is all right here on the screen. If you're a second year player and you feel like you can just go for it, then feel free to pause. You can take a screenshot and play from that. But I'm going to go through it line by line so that everyone feels comfortable playing this. The thing I want to point out is the rhythm of this piece is the same for almost the whole thing. We have this eighth note with two 16th notes attached. And this might look new to some of you. We haven't played this really in much of our music, especially if you're a first year player. But what this really comes down to is that it's a longer note with two short notes next to it. And so whenever I have a long note and two short notes, I always like to call that a strawberry rhythm, because when you play, it's strawberry, strawberry. That's what it's going to end up sounding like. In fact, right now you can take your instrument and on your A string, you can try to play maybe 4 strawberries like this. You'll notice I'm playing this in the middle of my bow. It doesn't work down at the bottom, at the frog. That won't sound very good, and it'll be a lot harder to play, and it'll be harder at the tip as well. So right in the middle of your bow is the best place to do this. Okay, I'm going to just have the first 2 lines here for us to look at. Let me move myself down a bit. Maybe I'll move myself up. There we go. The first thing I want to point out is you see some letters over these notes. Those letters are actually the chord names. Ignore those because those aren't the notes that you're playing, okay? Our first note, you hopefully will recognize this as C sharp, 2 fingers on the A string. And you see that we play 1, 2 strawberries with a C sharp. So let's do that together. You have your 2 fingers, 1, 2 on the A string. Ready, and here we go. Strawberry. Okay. After those 2 strawberries, we do 2 more on the note high D, 3 fingers on the A string. Let's find that note. 1, 2, 3. Remember, our second and third finger should be nice and close together. We'll try that. Ready, and here we go. Then the next measure, we go down to 2 C sharp strawberries. Here we go. And the last measure of this line right here is a B, 1 finger on the A string. So let's try that. Here we go. Okay. Hopefully all of those notes were familiar to you. I know for 4th graders, we're just starting to work on the A string notes now. So this is a great review for that. Let's go through and play this top line together. If you get it with me, then we can move on to the next part. If you don't quite get it, you can pause and keep working on it on your own. So I'll set my 2 fingers down, the whole top line. Ready, here I go. Now D, C, B. Okay. Moving on to the second measure here, or excuse me, the second line. You see we have 2 C sharps and 2 Ds again. That's exactly the same as the top line. Let's do that together. Ready? Here we go. And this last part is a little bit different. It's going to keep you on your toes, I think. You have 1 C sharp, strawberry, 1 B, strawberry, 1 open A, strawberry, and then a quarter note. We all know quarter notes, 1 long A quarter note. If I put that all together, it's going to sound like this. Remember, we're starting on C sharp with 2 fingers, and it will sound like this. C, B, A. Those are those last 2 measures. Let me do that again. C, B, A. So that one, it moves a little bit quicker in that you don't play the same, a strawberry with the same note. You go right from the C to the B to the A. So you have to be on your toes, like I said. Let me play this whole second line for you. We'll do it together. Get our instruments up. 1, 2, we're a C sharp. Ready, and here we go. So now we can put the first two lines together and play them as one right into the other. So I'm going to get my C sharp. I'm starting right here at the beginning. Okay. Try to play along with me again. If you feel like you need to pause and work through it slowly, you can do that too. So we have our C sharp, 2 fingers on the A string, the first 2 lines. Ready? Here we go. C, D, C, E. Next line, C, D, C, B, A. Awesome, nice. So now, after that, there is this symbol right here. This is a repeat sign, which means go back and do that whole thing again. I'm not going to do that right now, but know when you get to that in the music, it means go back and repeat those last 2 lines. But we're going to move on now to, hopefully, there we go, the 3rd and 4th lines of Boil 'em Cabbage Down. So now we've moved over to the D string. Okay, moved over to the D string. Hopefully you'll recognize this as 1 finger on the D string or the note E. Let's play our 2 E's. Ready? Here we go. Next we have 2 F sharps. We'll play that together. Ready? Go. 2 more E's. Here we go. And this next note might be new for you if you are a 4th grader. This is the note B. It's 2 fingers on the G string. So I know that's a little bit of a new thing, but it doesn't hurt to try it. You're learning it now. 2 fingers on the G string will sound like this. Okay, so that's kind of a new thing in this. Let's try that whole top line together. Ready, and here we go. F, E. Now reach over to the G. Okay, and the next line you'll probably notice is pretty easy because it's a combination of 2 things we've done before. The E's and the F sharps down here are the same as up on this line. And this thing should look familiar. If I play it for you, you will recognize it. We learned that back on the 2nd line. So it's kind of like merging 2 lines that we've done already. So let me play the bottom line for you now. Line 4, play it with me if you can. Get your E ready, 1 on the D string. Ready, here we go. Okay, and again, there's a repeat sign at the end of that. This time you would repeat back to here. So basically the roadmap for this piece, and I'll actually back us up here so you can see the whole thing. You play the first 2 lines, then you go back and do them again, and then you play the 3rd and 4th line, and then go back and do it again. So in total, you're playing 8 lines of music, which is really neat to be able to do that. What I'm going to do right now is play through the whole thing. If you'd like to play with me, please do. If you'd like to just listen, that's okay too. I'm going to include the repeats, and I'm going to do it once slower like we've just been doing, and then I'm going to play it again a little bit faster. That would be a good challenge, especially for our 2nd year players. So here I go with a slower version. Okay, ready? Here we go. Back to the beginning. bit of a slower version. Now I'm going to play it faster. Remember, no matter what tempo you go, you should always be staying right in the middle of your bow. So here's a little bit of a faster version of this, starting with my C sharp. To the top. Next So that's how to play Boil 'em Cabbage down. I hope you have fun learning this, and please feel free to send me a video through Google Classroom of you playing this. I'd love to hear it.